In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue, but was it mere chance or fate that guided his ships to the shores of an unknown world? As we delve into this enigma, we'll venture beyond the man and his voyage. We'll unearth the intricate details of ancient maps, the unwavering guidance of compasses, and the fearless journey of the Santa Maria. The truth we seek lies not only in the discovery itself, but also in its profound impact. This journey is about more than Columbus. It's about the collision of worlds and the course of history. Driven by a blend of personal ambition and divine providence, Columbus embarked on a journey that would alter the course of history. Born in the bustling port city of Genoa, Italy, young Columbus was captivated by tales of seafaring adventures and far-off lands. His fascination for exploration was kindled early, and by his 20s, he was sailing the Mediterranean and studying the stars. But it was an audacious idea that consumed him, a westward route to the riches of Asia. At a time when the Earth was believed to be flat and sailing westward meant a perilous drop off the edge of the world, Columbus's idea was met with skepticism and ridicule. Yet he held fast to this belief, driven by a potent mix of personal ambition and a sense of divine mission. He pored over ancient texts and maps, gathering evidence to support his theory. Awestruck by Marco Polo's Chronicles of the East, he dreamt of finding a direct route to these exotic lands. But dreams needed funding. His proposal was rejected by Portugal, then the leading maritime power. Undeterred, Columbus turned to the Catholic monarchs of Spain, Ferdinand and Isabella. It took nearly a decade of persistent lobbying, countless rejections, and endless revisions of his plans before he finally won their support. Even as he prepared for his voyage, Columbus faced opposition from all quarters. Navigators doubted his calculations, courtiers scoffed at his audacity, and his crew feared the unknown. Yet he remained steadfast, buoyed by his unwavering belief and the tantalizing promise of untold wealth and lasting fame. With the blessing of the Spanish court, 3 ships, and a crew of about 90 men, Columbus was finally ready to chase his dream. The year was 1492, and the stage was set for one of history's greatest voyages. With the blessing of the Spanish court and the promise of wealth and fame, Columbus set sail on his fateful journey. As Columbus's ships disappeared over the horizon, they ventured into the vast unknown. The year was 1492, and Columbus, along with his crew aboard the Santa Maria, the Pinta, and the Nina, set sail on a voyage that would redefine our understanding of the world. This journey was not without its trials, as they had to navigate through tumultuous storms, a vast and intimidating ocean, and the constant threat of mutiny amongst the crew. The voyage was a test of endurance, the open sea a formidable adversary. Imagine the harrowing nights filled with thunderous storms, the ocean's waves towering like mountains, threatening to engulf the tiny ships. Picture the relentless winds, the salt air biting their skin, the ceaseless rocking of the ships that made even the most hardened sailor yearn for solid ground. The fear, the uncertainty, the creeping doubt, it all marked their arduous journey. And amidst this ceaseless turmoil, the threat of mutiny hung in the air like a dense fog. The crew, initially filled with hope and dreams of untold riches, began to lose faith. The endless expanse of water, the weeks turning into months, the dwindling supplies, it all festered a sense of despair. It was Columbus's conviction, his unwavering belief in the voyage, that held the crew together. Then, after more than 2 long months at sea, on the 12th of October, an event of momentous significance occurred. The cry of "Land ahoy!" rang out in the stillness of the dawn. Imagine, if you will, the overwhelming relief, the sheer joy, the exhilaration that coursed through each man. Land was sighted, their ordeal was over, and Columbus's belief was validated. But was it mere luck that led them to this new world? Or was it something more? Columbus was a skilled navigator, using the stars in his astrolabe to chart his course. He followed the flight of birds, observed the direction of the winds, and studied the currents. These were not random acts of chance, but the result of a man who understood the sea and its secrets. So, Was it mere luck or celestial guidance that led to the sighting of the New World? Perhaps it was a blend of both. Columbus's skill and knowledge, combined with a dose of good fortune, led them to the shores of an unknown world. The discovery of the New World was not just a pivotal moment in history, but a testament to human courage, resilience, and the insatiable desire to explore the unknown. The arrival of Columbus and his men marked the beginning of a new era, but at what cost? Let's take a moment to imagine the collision of these two worlds, separated by the vast Atlantic. Columbus and his crew, weary from their journey, were met with the vibrant cultures of the indigenous peoples. These were societies with their own languages, customs, and ways of life, each as complex and diverse as the landscapes they inhabited. On the one hand, Columbus's arrival brought Europe into direct contact with the New World, opening up opportunities for trade, exploration, and the spread of Christianity. It was a time of discovery and expansion, a time when the boundaries of the known world were stretched and redrawn. But this contact was not without its consequences. The European thirst for gold, glory, and new territories led to the exploitation of the indigenous peoples and their lands. Disease, warfare, and forced labor devastated the native populations, with some communities disappearing entirely. This was a time of loss and upheaval, a time when the face of the Americas was irrevocably changed. The collision of these two worlds was not just a meeting of cultures, but a clash of worldviews. The Europeans viewed the New World through the lens of their beliefs and ambitions, often failing to understand or respect the indigenous ways of life. Likewise, the native peoples struggled to comprehend the intentions and technology of the strangers who had arrived on their shores. In the end, the consequences of this encounter were far-reaching and profound. The Americas were transformed by the influx of European settlers, while Europe was reshaped by the wealth and resources of the New World. This fateful meeting of two worlds was propelled by Columbus's voyage, forever changing the course of history. The legacy of this collision is still felt today, in the diverse cultures, languages, and histories that make up the Americas. It serves as a reminder of the power of exploration, the allure of the unknown, and the human capacity for both creation and destruction. The legacy of Columbus's voyage extends far beyond the discovery of new lands. It heralded a new epoch in human history, one that would stretch the boundaries of our collective knowledge and reshape the world as we know it. The Age of Exploration, as it came to be known, was a period marked by unquenchable curiosity and unprecedented discovery. In the wake of Columbus's journey, explorers from all corners of Europe set sail, charting new routes and uncovering new territories. The world, once thought to be finite and known, expanded exponentially as the maps of old were redrawn to accommodate these new frontiers. Yet perhaps the most profound impact of Columbus's voyage was the inception of the Columbian Exchange. This global transfer of goods, ideas, and people between the old world and the new transformed societies on both sides of the Atlantic. European diets were forever changed with the introduction of new crops like maize and potatoes. Meanwhile, horses brought over by the Europeans revolutionized the lives of Native American tribes, changing their ways of hunting and warfare. But the Columbian Exchange was not a one-sided affair. Diseases such as smallpox and measles were unwittingly transported to the New World, decimating indigenous populations. A darker side of this exchange emerged too, the slave trade, an abhorrent practice that saw millions of Africans forcibly relocated to the Americas. As we reflect on the legacy left by Columbus's voyage, we find ourselves at the crossroads of a great paradox. On one hand, his journey opened up a world of possibilities, sparking a period of exploration and exchange that would shape the course of human history. On the other hand, it also set in motion a chain of events that led to immense suffering and loss. The question then arises, was the discovery of the New World inevitable, and Columbus merely its instrument? It's a question that invites us to reflect, to question, and to ponder the complexities of our shared history. The story of Columbus and the New World is a tale of ambition, discovery, and the collision of worlds. It's a narrative that unfolds across the vast canvas of the Atlantic, painted with the hues of bravery, exploration, and transformation. A journey that began as a quest for a new route to the east ended up reshaping the world map, forever altering the course of human history. Columbus, the man behind the myth, embarked on a voyage that was a blend of personal ambition and perhaps a touch of divine providence. The discovery of the New World wasn't just an encounter of lands, but a collision of worlds, each with its own rich tapestry of culture and civilization. This pivotal moment spawned an age of exploration, leading to a profound exchange of ideas, goods, and even diseases. The legacy of this discovery is complex, sparking debates that resonate even today. In the end, whether Columbus's voyage was accident or destiny, its effects are still felt today, woven into the fabric of our modern world.